Judges, next book please. The 15th entry in the book category, sponsored by Memento Pro, is entitled Artefact. So, judges, if you could please enter your initial scores for entry number 15. So we have an initial score of 84, which is silver. Simon is challenging.
Hello.
What did you score, Simon?
I scored 93. This, for me, out of all of the books, felt the most personal to this photographer. Had a sentimentality to it that really appealed to me. It's a book I would pick up over and over again. And I do want to buy a copy from this photographer. I would absolutely, probably more than any of the other books. I love the touch at the end where he's drawn in pencil some notes. I think that was very heartfelt and really appropriate to this this type of work and what his intention was. I typically don't go in for the overuse of the type of photography it is. I think that should be the most compelling feature, and often it is in this type of colloidal silver type approach, or whatever the technique is. But in this, the photography and the portraits are incredibly strong, and they are not samey in the way that they could be with this type of book. So it's execution of something that's quite difficult, like a highboard diver. You know, they're trying something quite hard here, and it doesn't. The easy things don't look like they've been struggled with, but I'm picking that this photographer has worked very, very hard on this.
Thank you for those comments. Anne?
Yes, I have looked at this as a book. I think the portraits are fabulous, and I think the portraits are using a process that actually hasn't translated particularly well into the form of the book. So I was longing to see the actual original medium and material of the colloidian process, which is a very different thing to the rather kind of matte images that we're getting on the page. So they look, in the book form, they look to me like reproductions from the 19th century, rather than a remake of a reuse of a process to make contemporary portraiture. So these are, and I've probably come a bit hard on this, but the choice of paper, choice of cover, choice of title, to actually give me that sense of process, a really relevant process for portraiture, bringing the idea of the portrait alive today. So I was I think I was really looking for how that form, or that use of that medium, translates into the book form, and that kind of fell over for me. But I think as a body of work, I would certainly come up to commend that. But okay.
Thank you, Ed. Johan?
I gave it an 86. I'm happy to be talked up. I enjoyed the title. I felt that the title was appropriate to the paper stock, the presentation of the imagery, because as Artefact, it shouldn't have tried to modernize the process, and I feel that the photographer has created a very humble representation of these people. I enjoy the simplicity of the numerical graphic opposite each image, but in the middle of the book are two images that face each other with no number, and in a way they're opposites, and it symbolizes sort of coming to a mountain or a place or a changing point, and I really enjoyed that as well. It was sublime. initially was a bit concerned about the pencil writing at the end, and then read that it was that page was a reproduction of recipes for the process, and it's quite possible that in that reproduction they were actually original calculations. So reinforcing the artefact part of it is there is an artefact left on that page, and then just to reinforce it further, all the measurements are in pounds and ounces and old systems, so I feel it's complete. So I'm happy to go to volume.
Thank you, Johan. Simon.
Nice comments here. I agree completely. I think the coming back to the stock, the uncoded stock it offers a real intimacy that glossy coded stocks don't. So I think it really suits the subject matter really nicely. The title dissolves me in a really nice way. It's about the photography and about these portraits. And in a photo book, what we're really asking, and what a bookmaker is asking the viewer, and what we hope to ask ourselves, is what happens next. We're turning pages. It's about turning pages. And so if we're caused to ask what happens next, that's a success. And for me, I went through every page in the book, so that's a success for me, for sure.
Thank you, judges. Great conversation. Please re-enter your score. Sorry, please, rejudge the book. We have a 90 Gold Award. Congratulations to the author, and what a great way to finish the 2017 book category sponsored by Memento Pro. I have a whole list of things I need to go through, so please don't run off in a hurry.